Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be right?
Yeah, just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
What do you think happened? I woke up, took the belt off my neck, got in my car, and got the hell out of there.
On the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
Hall of Famer Whitey Ford now on the field, pleading with the crowd for some kind of sanity.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, too early for flapjacks? Welcome to Plotty Time. So, let's go ahead, start where we always start. Dr. Syintist, what have you been playing? What have you been watching? What have you been doing? What have you been writing? What have you been reading? What's going on with you?
Not much.
Oh.
Still watching RPG Limit Break.
You'll
Or
always
RPG
be
Limit Break.
watching
Man, you are crushing it.
Dude, I just put it on when I drive. I just listen to people play it.
I
put
watch
on
it while I
I put it in the background. You know.
Okay. Quick question.
No.
Are you fucking with me? You're listening.
Good question.
You're listening
Good
to
question.
it as you. I think that's fair.
I
You're
don't
listening.
know what else to do when I drive anymore. I'm so bored. I just like, all right, I'll just put on.
So bored of all the music you love.
Yeah. Can only listen to the new Taylor Swift album so many times.
He's serious here, folks.
Oh, of course I am. It's a banger.
I know, it is. It really is.
Looking for new music takes an effort.
Yeah,
It does.
It does, and you can't do it while you drive.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so passive. Like you can't do it while you drive. Yeah, you're right. I get it.
Why not? What?
The only bands that I have discovered, and there's been like 5 in the last 10 years.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
steak sauce mustache.
Yeah, and that's because I saw them with Oakley Dokley, who I already knew about.
Yeah.
So I find new bands by accident. Anyway, Dr. Syintist, it's your time.
And then I watched some shitty movies.
No shit.
Sweet.
I watched this one called The Thing Inside Us.
God damn it! Did I see that?
That sounds
It's
so
a-
familiar.
It's one of these.
The guy, his wife is like, she has sleepwalking episodes. So
Okay.
they start putting cameras up around the house and videotaping what happens. And she starts doing weird shit like going outside and making guttural noises like,
Okay.
and eventually some weirder shit happens and she disappears and stuff and it goes on down that. And it was not that bad. It was
Aliens.
It sounds interesting. I like the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's kind of like on the genre of the paranormal investigation ones, but you know how it goes.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
found footage.
Yeah, not found footage, no.
All right.
Then watch it. It's all right. Then I watched a better one called Oxygen, where it's kind of sci-fi. This woman wakes up inside of like a stasis chamber, and she's running out of oxygen. And she's got to figure out what happened and try and get more oxygen so she doesn't suffocate.
Oh, is she in like a prison or?
No,
Just
Space?
and she's in space. Yes.
Dude, any fucking sci-fi space movie that opens with someone freaking out in a crowd chamber, I am in.
Yeah. I'm all about space horror.
I fucking love space horror.
Yeah, and,
Which is going to play into what I'm going to talk about in a little bit.
but yeah, Oxygen's good. Watch that then too.
Oh, yeah? All right.
And then I watched an even better one,
Hmm.
the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Oh, fuck out of here.
I saw it come up, and I was like, maybe, and I just didn't get to it. Tell me it's good.
It's all right. Basically, Drax and Manus want to have a Christmas celebration for Peter, so they come to
Okay.
Earth and kidnap Kevin Bacon.
They come to Earth during it?
Yeah, they kidnap Kevin Bacon to give him as a present to Peter.
Honest question. Is this canon?
I would assume maybe.
That's assuming maybe is not an assumption.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
How is that? All right. Well,
Okay.
we don't have to get into it, but
We don't. That's semantics.
Maybe we'll find out. I guess.
I kind of want to watch it. I mean,
yeah, you
especially like this time of year, I don't want to think. I don't
might
want
have
to.
sold me on it.
It's only 45 minutes, and it's got Kevin Bacon in it. So,
Yeah.
and his band plays. If that makes it even.
Oh, oof.
I love it when celebrities have bands. Like fucking
Corey Feldman.
the Lieutenant
was-
Dan band.
Corey Feldman's one is terrible.
It's so bad.
Did I ever tell you guys that my wife goes to a conference every year where the Lieutenant Dan band plays?
No.
Fucking Gary Sinise's band.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has a band. They play every time.
It's called Lieutenant Dan Man.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Oh my god.
She's like, they're not bad. I'm like, okay. I mean, Gary Sinise can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. All right, fair.
So
He saved the world several times.
several times.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure he did.
He was the
Armageddon.
dude on the. I really wanted to say Armageddon. I didn't remember if he was in that.
The core. One of those.
He was the dude, the astronaut that didn't get to go in Apollo 13. He had the crisis vest on.
Yep.
Yeah, and nobody in Apollo 13 saved the world anyway.
True.
It's a good point. You're right.
You don't know that.
I just saved 3 random assholes like that were good at math, whatever.
Yeah. Who needs it?
But yeah, watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movie too.
Got off topic. What else did you watch?
Then I played some stuff. I finished up Last Stop.
Oh, yeah, how did it end up?
It was pretty good.
Did it connect?
Yeah, they all got together at the end.
All right.
It was a little weird, but it was still. I enjoyed it.
How long did it take you? Like, was it a shorter one?
There was no hot dog.
No, it definitely wasn't jumping hot dog. I don't know, maybe 7-8 hours.
Maybe 6,
okay.
7 minutes.
Play a couple hours a year, half hour before bed,
Right.
half hour, yeah, things like that. Then I started this next game, which is called Yoku's Island Express, which you play a dung beetle in it, and you push this ball around. And
Ball of shit.
it's a platformer, but the shtick is everything's like a pinball thing.
Oh, god damn it.
So you can like bump the ball up and you go with the ball, and there's some pinball type stages in it. It's
Kinda
fun
like-
so far.
Like Sonic Spinball.
I don't know, I didn't play it, but sure.
I don't remember it either.
I haven't played a Sonic game since fucking
Spinball.
2. Maybe Sonic. Stop saying Spinball.
It was a good game.
But yeah,
There've been like 40 goddamn Sonic. We don't need to get into
Yeah.
that.
it's fun. It's different platforming type thing.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and you have to like do special things on some of the boards to get some of the special upgrades, whatnot.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I did this week, Poppascotch. What about you? Did you play, watch, do? What's going on?
Thanks for asking. So I'll start with what I watched. There was just a couple days where I just rolled through some Bob's Burgers and through some Brockmeyer.
Right.
I'm traveling to New Orleans this week, so I wanted to watch
Ooh.
New Orleans stuff.
Oh, my God. Tell me you watched Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that. I got to write that down.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't watch it yet. We're trying to watch New Orleans stuff. I watched the second season of Brockmeyer. He takes place in New Orleans.
Oh,
Okay.
So I watched that this morning because I woke up at 4:30 for no reason and just didn't feel like going back to bed.
I always feel like going back to bed.
yeah, me too. I could go to bed right now.
Sometimes, man, like I just wake up and I'm like, my body's awake.
You're already awake. Might as well roll with the punches. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not too often. It's like once every couple months.
Yeah, it's good to happen on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't have to like be tired in the middle of a work day.
Fantastic.
But anyway, so I also watched the Pam and Tommy series. I finished the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be like fun, stupid trash
Yeah.
at like nip tuck style stuff that I could just have fun and turn my brain off.
Yeah. It's not a documentary, right? It's just actors portraying their.
It's actors portraying them, and they take like
It's a biopic.
It's a biopic. It's more real than I thought it would be, like as far as the events that happened, but they took liberties too. Sebastian Stan is Tommy Lee, the fucking Winter Soldier, who disappears into that role. Like I thought it was Tommy Lee several times.
Nice.
He is unrecognizable as Tommy Lee. He looks like Tommy Lee. It's great. And then Pamela Anderson is played by Lily James.
Mm-hmm.
And she's under so much tan and makeup that, I mean, she looks exactly like Pamela Anderson. It's fucking weird. But it was a bummer. Like, it was a huge bummer.
Yeah, their life wasn't that.
When they got hepatitis?
No, I think, well, I don't know when that happened in the timeline. They didn't discuss that in the miniseries, surprise, surprise. But they talked about how, I didn't know the whole story of the sex tape. I was like 13. I was that age when that came out. I was 13 years old.
Didn't somebody that worked for them take it or something like that?
It was in real life, he was an electrician. In this, he was a carpenter, played by Seth Rogen. He's playing a real person named Reed Gautier, who was working on Tommy Lee's mansion. Tommy Lee stiffed him.
Right.
He put like 10 grand of his own money into the materials and stuff before invoicing Tommy, which was
That was
fucking
dumb. Yeah.
But he put all his money into buying the stuff, and Tommy Lee kept doing changes. So he had to keep buying shit and keep moving shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a nightmare scenario for a contractor. And then he got pissed at Tommy Lee because he didn't pay him, so he broke in, stole his safe, and just happened to find the tape.
Oh.
That part's all real. And then the fucked up part is that the tape was stolen from their safe, sold online for like $60.
Mm-hmm.
And then bootleg copies started coming up. And then another company who was like one of the founding people that did webcams, like cam girls.
Right.
That company just started streaming it for free.
Right.
And they tried to sue everybody, but the case didn't go their way. They said, well, this video is now in the cultural lexicon. It's part of news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So therefore it's protected by the First Amendment. So no one went to jail. Like no one got in trouble for stealing or selling their sex tape.
Huh.
It was fucked up. Like they had no legal recourse to do anything to anybody about it.
Is that how it all goes down now?
I don't know. That's a wild precedent.
Right. Yeah.
Well, there's different laws now too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bummer, like, because you saw it from like Pamela Anderson's perspective,
Yeah.
and like it was a bummer. It was good. It was a lot better than I thought it would be,
All right.
but I'll pass through it because it's a bummer. So fun stuff. I watched the movie Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
That's quality.
Have you guys both seen it? I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 10 years old, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it had that Chris Dowd. Is that his name? The guy?
cool. The guy from the IT crowd.
Yeah, the guy from IT Crowd who looked like a baby in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I think I remember you guys talking about it.
I watched it before we even started this podcast.
Yeah, you might have brought it up. I did probably watch it during this podcast again. So
Yeah, that and what's his name? Garth something Dark Place. Garth Marenghi's.
Marenghi. Yeah.
I have to watch that. It's on the list too.
Fuck yeah, man.
But Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel is a fun time travel movie that like the stakes are just serious enough for me to like care. But it's still silly. It's still kind of serious. It was good. It was real good.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Last thing I watched. Oh, what a piece of shit this movie was.
It could be anything.
Uh-oh.
I
Could even be a
hope
boat.
you guys watch this because I have so many questions. I watched the movie Old People.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Now, I'm going to actually look up the synopsis because
Is it the one with all those kind of famous actors in ones? I might be thinking of an entirely different movie.
here's the synopsis. It is not an American film. It is a foreign film. The country is Germany. It's on Netflix right now. It's about a woman who travels home with her 2 kids for her sister's wedding
Oh.
and then finds herself defending her family's life against blood-seeking pensioners.
Yeah.
So it's like the old people literally trying to kill
Yeah, it's kind of like
anyone
they,
younger.
They called them pensioners.
like they all
definitely don't wanna
snap,
watch it.
right?
Yeah, like they all. I don't want to.
Never trust an old person. That's
Don't wanna
my
ruin
words
it.
I've been lived by.
I tried to watch it, yeah.
It's bad. It's. I got through the whole thing kind of because I was playing a video game on another TV.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
only reason I got through it. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Okay.
Can't wait for the American remake.
It'll be soon.
I don't know if they're doing it. I assume they are.
Probably.
But what did I play? I played a game or two with Tiny Tina before I gave up. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
But what I did play is a brand new release.
Oh shit, I think it's the same one I'm playing.
It's not.
Oh. Phew.
I played the Callisto Protocol.
Uh-oh.
It's the same one.
No.
I'm about...
Is that out? Well, obviously,
Yeah,
it's out
yeah.
now. Yeah, what am I talking
Yeah,
about?
it's out. I played it for maybe 10 hours so far.
You didn't heed your own advice and wait for the reviews.
Yeah.
I did not. I absolutely did not. I pre-ordered it.
How much exactly like Dead Space is it?
Not.
Oh, no, it's Dead Space. It is. It's exactly Dead Space. Like, it's Dead Space. I don't know what else to say, but it is Dead Space.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of what I thought.
Is it good?
Doing everything except saying the words Dead Space.
They're morpho necks instead of necromorphs.
I think it's good. Again, haven't finished it. Not even. I don't know if I'm even close. I doubt I am. I hope I'm not.
You probably
It doesn't
are.
feel like I am.
Probably are. Yeah, you put 10 hours in it. It's probably
Yeah.
only at most 15.
I think they said 10 to 12, but those things are always lying. Because I'm like checking every nook and cranny for like construction parts and stuff.
Yeah, they're usually over
Yeah, they
exaggerated.
usually by a long shot.
So the combat was wonky to start with,
So is Dead Space.
but there's a lot more like melee stuff. Like the dodging, I think, is dumb and it's too easy because you dodge by hitting left or right on the left stick, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's annoying.
that part's annoying. But the problem is when you see them start to attack you, it's too late already to dodge. So you're constantly like sort of sidestepping to the left or right, and then the animation happens where they swing and then you just dodge.
Oh.
But that annoying part of the game is done after like an hour because then you get guns and it's a different story.
Okay.
But it's the standard. You get guns. You get Callisto credits, which is literally what they're called. You upgrade your stuff. You get through it. There's some creepy moments. I was playing it with the
3D
well, I went
headset.
Yeah, I went back to PA. I was there for one night. The one night I was there, after I saw you, Chump Slap,
Right.
I got loaded in the hotel room and had the 3D headphones on and freaked myself out real good. Because there was a moment, and I don't know if the listeners out there or if you guys have played with the 3D headphones,
Oh, I love that.
but it like simulates sound, whether it's close to your ear, like something's physically right there, or if something's far away.
Right.
And I'm walking through a jail section, and I just like the guy's name is Jacob, played by Josh Duhamel. But I'm walking down this quiet corridor, and you just hear like gross, slimy alien sounds or virus sounds, whatever it is. I still don't know. And then I just hear like right fucking there on my shoulder. It felt like it was right there. They're like, Jacob. I'm like,
That's not my name.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. I like it so far. It's a little wonky, but it looks gorgeous and it's fun. I'm having fun.
All right. Yeah, cool. I just read some bad reviews and shit.
There were some bad reviews for PC. I guess it's technically pretty shitty.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that's
from a
probably
technical perspective.
Is it $15 yet?
soon
No, I
enough.
think we're a ways away from
Okay.
that. But so far so good with me. We'll see where it goes.
All right, cool.
How about you there, Sir Chump Slap? What are you playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
I'm just playing this little indie game called God of War Ragnarok.
Is that an isometric?
Yeah, I think so. If I understand the
Walking sim.
word. Yes.
Walking.
It's a walking sim isometric
I still don't think you understand any of those
head
words.
down shooter. You put your head down.
Top down shooting?
Head down shooter.
2D top down, isometric Metrovania.
It's a punch 'em, kick 'em, smack 'em around
Exactly like the other God of War.
adventure game. It's pretty much, yeah, like the first one. Or the new first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far are you into it now? What do you think?
I don't know, about 10 hours, maybe 12. I'm digging it. I want to play it, but no, yeah, I want to play it. It's fun. It's good.
So, full disclosure, I did sort of start playing it.
I knew it.
I did.
I could smell it on you.
I didn't talk about it because I knew you were going to talk about it, but I only got to the part where I don't know if I want to
Spoiler.
tell any spoilers. No, it's so new. I'm not going to spoil it. But I got to the part after you encounter the bear.
Oh, okay.
So you know what the deal is with the bear.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And that's like not even an hour in, I don't think.
No, yeah, I'm past that part at least.
I should hope so. I barely played any of it.
Yeah, but
I-
every time
I mean-
every time I play it, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go explore this area, and then hour and a half later, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't do anything.
That's what you do with every game.
I know, but there's actually stuff to do in every little area in this game. You know what I mean?
I hear ya.
Try to find all the chests and shit. Good time. Love it. Looks beautiful too.
It really is gorgeous.
Kind of like the last one.
Kinda, but even better. No, great game so far.
I believe you said it like 2 weeks ago, Dr. Syintist. It's God of War. It's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't fuck that up.
yeah. And I really am way impressed about like shifting away from the Greek gods and going to the Nordic ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it works, man.
Shifting away,
It-
you mean murdering and slaughtering them
Well,
all.
destroying all of them.
Killing every single one of them. Yes.
Yeah.
Except Aphrodite.
Is she still around? Was she in the God of War, the one before this one? I don't know how to say it. The God of War for PS4.
No. Last time
She was
she was
not
in
in
was
it.
in 3.
It was at the end when he destroyed everything. Didn't it end with you like in a white room with nothing?
3 or
I don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
don't.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You're thinking of the Matrix.
No, all right, let's put it this way. Not a single God of War ends that way.
Whatever.
I think
You're like walking through a dream or something. I don't remember. It might not have been the end.
you're walking through Valhalla at the end, and there's a bunch of ghosts. You thinking of that? You get to the big dining hall. That's like one
I
of the
don't
last things
remember.
you do, right?
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Dr. Scientist, back me up here. That's the thing that happens.
I don't think it's Valhalla.
God damn it!
It's Jotunheim.
I am so sorry. I mixed those up.
I
I'm
don't
so
remember
sorry.
anything about it, so whatever. It's fun. But I watched a couple things.
Oh yeah, like what?
I started
Name
watching
one.
The X-Files.
Oh yeah, is that good?
Season 1,
Ooh,
episode
I'm
1.
a little jealous. I got to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the first season? Because I remember, I love the show. Don't get me wrong. But I remember the first season, like, they didn't really find their footing yet.
No, it's still a little clunky. I'm only like 6 episodes in or so. But they look so young, dude.
I know, it's weird.
They look like they're playing adults. It's wild.
Especially if you see anything that they're in now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like even episode 2, I think they have Cigarette Smoking Man was introduced. And you're like, oh, well, he plays a fucking major role eventually. But
Oh, that was early.
Yeah.
I didn't think he came up that early.
that's what I meant. I was like, I don't remember that. But
Well, Deep Throat dies by the end of like season 2.
yeah. Oh, that's
Who
good.
Who was the dude? What's his name? He was your boss. He had the glasses.
Mitch Pileggi?
Yes.
Say it again?
Skinner, that's it.
Scanner. There we go. I couldn't remember. I see his face. I see his face in my dreams.
He was the Winchester's grandfather in Supernatural too.
Oh shit! You're right.
That's why you
where
see
he's
his
from.
face, yes.
Oh man.
But yeah,
it's
I
all
don't know.
connected. It's all
So
connected.
good.
It's all connected.
So good. Then I watched a couple movies.
Okay. Cool.
I watched this one called Christmas Evil. Hoo-hoo.
Sounds good.
Okay, is that the one with the toy factory worker?
Yes. From
Yeah.
the 1980, I think.
Rules.
Right? It's pretty slow and a product of its time, you know?
It is a bit. It's strange. I didn't expect it to be so fucking weird.
No, me neither. I expected it to be like a mass murder or a fucking serial killer or nothing. But he kills like 3 people in it.
I expected it to be like like a My Bloody Valentine or like Silent Night, Deadly Night, like a slasher movie.
Yeah, not
And
like a
it is
mental
not.
illness movie.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It was too real.
Yeah, it was. It's a good Christmas movie though, if you want to watch something that's fucking freaky and shit.
Oh yeah, if you guys want, reach out. I have a whole list of Christmas horror movies that are just.
Put a
Ready
poll
to
up
go.
on Reddit and see if they want the list.
Just put the
Okay.
list out there, man.
No, you gotta
Alright.
ask them if they want. You gotta ask permission first.
I'm giving them. No, it's better to ask for forgiveness or something.
That isn't true.
Somebody said that once, but anyway.
It's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission, something like that.
See, that's a thing people say, which is
It is. We
Creepy.
say it in the business. Usually, that's a
In the
management thing.
business.
In the business, people say that when they're trying to tell you, like, dude, I don't give a shit what you do. Just fucking pick something and go with it. That's what that means.
yeah, okay.
Stop bothering me about this. That's
I
what
always
that
thought it
means.
was like a
Which is a terrible management thing because that's a manager's job. But
it's very creepy. I didn't like it. But yeah, all right, good movie though. Christmas Evil. And then I watched this other movie. It's pretty new, very strange, called Barbarian.
How was that? I keep seeing it.
It was okay. It's pretty much like 2 movies. There's the first part where people go to like a what's it called? Like a
bed and breakfast.
Airbnb.
Airbnb. There you go. It's kind of, yeah. They go to an Airbnb and then all this, oh, it's a mix up. There's 2 people there, blah, blah, blah. And then some weird shit happens and you don't see it coming. And you're like, and it just stops and it goes to a different story about this guy who owns the Airbnb. And I don't know. It's very strange.
I heard from several people, like different sources, that it was very good.
I enjoyed it.
Wasn't it one of the whitest kids you know did this movie?
I have no idea about that.
I'm gonna look that up.
The writer?
Might have been the director.
Zach Krager?
I couldn't tell you a single person who was one of the
I don't
best
know.
kids you know.
Yeah, I don't know any of their names.
Fantastic
Yes,
show. But
Zach Krager was on one of the.
Oh,
guys
that
in the Whitest
kid.
Kids, you know,
Yeah. Oh, wow.
he was the director.
Yeah. Well, he did a good job. It was fucking strange. I don't know. Go check it out. It's fucking, I don't even know what to say about it or the plot or anything.
Is it better than the Berberian Sound Studio?
I started watching that.
I didn't watch that.
It's fucking.
It's hard to watch because it
It is.
annoys me so much when the volume on a movie changes so much between things.
Oh, really?
Oh, then that is not the movie you should be watching.
No, you could
at
have it
all.
on like your perfect sound, and the volume will jump 15 points,
No.
and then it'll go like so low you have to turn it up to listen to it.
You are absolutely correct. It is a very audio-centric film. And
Really?
The first 15 minutes was cool, except for that part.
I liked it. I thought it was fucking weird and very conceptual. But yeah, there's definitely wild ass like the lady just screaming for 10 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Like looping screams for a movie, but she's just like, okay, you guys ready? Like, it was just,
He's
for
like-
way too long. Every time someone's doing a sound that's unpleasant, it goes on for way too long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really good though. Check it out because it's strange.
Barbarian. Got it. It's
Yeah.
on the list.
But
Barbarian and Berberian.
yeah, that's pretty much all I watched.
Okay, then with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Plotty Time Vibe Check.
Checking the vibe, checking it out. Yeah.
I like it. It's like scat.
Yeah, it is shit.
Like shit, yeah.
So, okay. So, news came out, and I want to take your guys' temperature. I want to see how you guys feel about this.
A vibe check, you mean?
Yeah,
The vibe, if you will.
right.
There's a new roller coaster coming out. Just bear with me.
I'm listening.
Where?
There's a new roller coaster coming out in a theme park in Spain in the middle of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
It is an Uncharted roller coaster. Uncharted, but it's based on the movie, which was based on the game.
So it's based on the game.
No,
I don't...
Why not?
it's based on the movie.
That's based on the game. All right, whatever. What does it look like?
I mean, it's still very conceptual. They're just telling us that it's coming in 2023.
How do you base a fucking roller coaster on anything?
I don't know. I'm watching the video
Disney
right now.
does it.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's not like it's a small world or whatever.
It's a Wonderful Life. That'd be a terrible roller coaster.
Wait. That would be awful. All of a sudden, you're in time and fucking dead and no one cares. Or then you're like, oh, the money's in Bill's house. Frank's house. Yeah, I got Jimmy Stort in the holster too, guys.
that's
Don't worry
pretty
about
good.
that.
That's pretty fucking good.
Don't worry about that. But, okay, serious question, though. Looking at you, Chump Slap.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to a theme park?
Couldn't tell you.
A theme park? Or like a...
An amusement park.
Amusement park, like rode a roller coaster.
I
Or
don't
had
know.
the opportunity to rode.
Last time I did go on one, I got a fucking massive headache though.
I can tell you the last time I went was probably 2004, and it was to Knoebels, and I got way too hammered the night before and couldn't go on any rides because I was way too hungover.
Yeah. See.
That is.
And me and someone, I'll keep the name out, we just sat there the whole time while the rest of our friends weren't hungover and
Yeah,
went
I
on
think
rides.
last time I went to one I was hungover too, and I went on a ride and I was like, I can't do this.
Because 95% of rides just spin.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm done. Plus, they just cut the grass, so
I can't imagine a worse place to be hungover than an amusement park. That sounds awful.
yeah. That's
it
why I
is.
stopped going.
I think when was the last time? I think 2019
Jesus.
went to Disney World.
Yeah, right before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was like it was the September before.
Oh wow.
But I went to Orlando. We did the Harry Potter ride. They're indoor/outdoor rides, and like they have screens, and it's like you're going on a real adventure now. I mean, yeah, you still have like roller coasters that are just on rails, throwing you around, going
Yeah.
nuts. But a lot of these like rides that are property based are like inside with narratives, like the Simpsons ride.
Like the Twister ride.
Yeah, the Twister ride or the Back to the Future ride, which became the Simpsons ride. That was like putting you in the Simpsons universe, and you're flying through when Maggie becomes giant and tries to destroy the town.
That sounds pretty cool.
It was fucking awesome, dude. Like, but yeah. So fucking amusement parks. That was the news, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got?
Yeah.
We got loot boxes
Which game?
in Australia.
Oh.
Oh.
Not a game.
Are they
Sorry,
legal now?
misdirected you. So Australia's trying to pass a new bill that if you want to purchase a loot box, you have to be 21 or over.
That makes sense.
Sorry, I misspoke. 18 or older. You have to be an adult,
You have to
which
be
is
able-
the legal gambling age in Australia.
Yes. You have to be able to buy a lottery ticket.
Which makes sense. It's gambling. Like
Yeah,
that's what
that's
it is.
exactly what it is.
They try to like not use the G word, but I don't know how you say a loot box
Gooch?
isn't a gamble.
Yes.
They're gooching. People are gooching left and right,
So
throwing
good.
down money on football.
Soccer there.
Football.
So how do you guys feel about loot boxes? And do you believe that only adults should be able to buy them?
Yes, I do
Yeah.
believe only adults should be able to buy them, and I think they're dumb. I hate it.
I'll have to agree.
Solid analysis.
I don't. If I'm going to spend money on something, let me buy a fucking weed skin or something. You know what I mean?
Tell me about it, bro. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I don't want to scratch off a lot. I'll buy a fucking pack of magic cards if I want to press my luck, you know?
Which isn't that fucking gambling too, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Because you could pull a card that's worth an asinine amount of money, right?
You could.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it ain't worth shit.
Sometimes, yeah.
99% of
Sometimes
the
I'd
time.
say most of the time it ain't worth shit.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I like that they're there. If you want to do it, you can. Like, I have
Coming
no,
from the guy who played Chell.
Yeah, I have no moral high horse to ride on this at all.
I don't mind if they're there and you earn points in game and then spend those on them. But if you're spending real money on it, that's where I draw the line.
That's the thing about Chell. Like, you can play the game, you can accumulate the coins, you can then buy packs, or you can shortcut it and just spend real money to get the packs.
Yeah, that's
Which
a little much.
I mean, it comes down to like, what is your time worth? Because with Chell, they're those cheap bastards. They'll like,
yeah, it's their fault.
well, let me explain. So they'll be like, do you want to buy this pack? It costs $10 in real money. And you're like, fuck no, I'm not going to pay that. You guys are criminals, and this is ridiculous. And they're like, okay, well, how about you spend 150,000 coins on it instead? Coins you can earn in-game playing games. I'm like, okay, that sounds a lot better. Then I look at the math involved in earning 150,000 coins, and it's like, well, that's 60 hours of playing online.
That's
Suddenly
too
that
much.
$10 doesn't sound as bad.
Yeah, it does. It still sounds bad.
I'm trying to justify my actions.
I understand. You don't have to
You're not
justify it to
helping.
us.
No, I'm talking to myself here.
Fair enough.
In other news, God of War Ragnarok got its first Game of the Year award.
Oh, well,
Yeah, Time Magazine gave God of War Ragnarok their coveted Time Magazine Game of the Year award.
I didn't know they did games of the year.
How much do you think Sony paid for that?
A lot?
I don't
Maybe
know.
not a lot. I don't know if, probably just ad space, right?
I would think something like that, yeah.
Like they just went to Time Magazine and said, hey, can you make us your
Not
Game
that
of
I'm
the
saying
Year?
it's going to be a bad game, but I don't think any Game of the Year thing is ever legit, really.
Not these days. Maybe 15 years ago, but no, dude. They're and any of these video game awards, they're just commercials for the next year of games. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the last time I watched a video game award show. I don't know if I ever did.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it either.
There's like every AAA release just releases a Game of the Year edition. And it's like, well, where'd you win Game of the Year? Like from fucking Men's Health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically it is the Game of the Year
From the
version.
God of War magazine.
God of War magazine.
2 issues.
From the Plottytime podcast, that was one of their top 5.
Yeah, right. I'd love to see that on the game.
That would be amazing.
But it's always like 3 years after it comes out.
3 years later, they make their Game of the Year edition. I was like, didn't this come out 3 years ago? You do it that? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well,
This random podcast said, hey, they played their game this year and it was great.
So we're everyone in society is playing very fast and loose with the term Game of the Year. That's just what it is.
yeah. There's too many places that give Game of the Year anyway. Who cares?
It's a good point. It means nothing.
It does.
That being said, let's just go ahead and close the Plotty Time vibe check.
We vibed enough right now.
So let's talk about the game. How about it, guys?
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's do it.
This week, as you saw in the episode description, we are talking about a classic that somehow is directly in my wheelhouse and I completely avoided.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
even.
this is a Poppascotch
Played it.
original if I've ever seen one.
Now, I had a roommate in college that played the second one. I saw him play through that, but that's my whole That's
Relationship
all I've
with
done with
this,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know about Dead to Rights. So this game, Dead to Rights, released August 19th, 2004.
Oh, damn.
Number 1 song in the country. Any blind guesses in 2004? Don't say Feral Happy.
Blind Melon.
Oh.
No, it was not Blind Melon, but I like your style.
Freak on a Leash. Is that a song or is that the album?
I think it's both.
Okay.
It wasn't Corn, huh?
No, sorry, I lost my headphones. I'm gonna leave it in. They're like, it's a safety thing, so if you pull on the cord, it just pops out
Yeah.
instead of breaking the headphones. So I didn't hear what you said. Sorry about that, Dr. Scientist, but you are incorrect. How about I sing it for you in Bentley's voice?
I would love that.
Because that's what the people want.
That's what you did to yourself.
That's what I think I did pitch it. God damn it. All right. Committed? We're committed. We're doing it. Said my people don't dance. We just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Now lean back. Lean back.
Lean back.
The song is Lean Back. Who sings it?
Nelly.
There's three rappers. If you get one, I'll give you credit.
Nelly.
No.
Full Rida.
Also no. I'll give you one more guess because there's 3 of them.
Jay-Z.
Sure. No.
Ludacris.
No.
Big John. Little John.
Little Wayne. Big
Closer
win.
than you guys. You're not. All right, I'll just say it. The song is "Lean Back" by Fat Joe, Terror Squad, and Remy Ma.
Oh, yeah. I remember
We
them.
have said a billion times of how great Terror Squad is on this podcast.
I'm wearing the Terror Squad hoodie right now.
Number one movie in the country. Here is the tagline, which you're not going to get anything from this, but I'll throw it out there. Again, August 19th, 2004. Tagline: A new chapter of evil. God is not here. Let's throw
Annabelle.
some guesses.
Ooh.
Not a terrible guess, but that is incorrect. We predate the Conjuring movies.
I don't know.
God is not here.
The Devil, where they're stuck in an elevator.
Oh, good one.
No, but use your context clues. What's the first thing I said about that?
I don't even remember.
God damn it.
2004.
First part of this is a new chapter of evil, which means
the Book of Mormon.
which means maybe not the first movie in a series.
Yeah, I get that.
Saw 2.
Not a bad guess at all, but you are incorrect.
Godless, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Okay, fine. I'll just read the synopsis.
Yes,
Here we go.
please do.
Father Marin is haunted by his experiences in World War II.
Exorcist
Finish the title, The Exorcist.
2.
Damn it. No, that came out in like the 80s.
Exorcist, the last chapter.
What's the opposite of the last chapter?
The first chapter.
Damn it. No, you're so close.
How's that not the opposite of the last?
Genesis.
The beginning. Exorcist, the beginning.
Exorcist, the beginning. Yes, that is
I've even
correct.
seen that movie.
I know I've seen it, and I remember absolutely nothing.
It's not
from
very
it.
good.
Yeah.
The whole Exorcist series, when they deal with the mythology of the demon in Africa, I just don't give a shit
Yeah, exactly.
about that. I'm here for the exorcism, guys.
For true.
Anyway, so this day in history, August 19th, 1995. Wait.
No.
Yes, this happened in
Oh,
1995,
okay, yeah.
not on the same date.
Right.
On August 19th, 1995, this day in history, Mike Tyson returns to the ring after serving 3 years in prison and DQs Peter McNeely in 89 seconds.
Damn.
How
You
does
guys
he
remember that?
disqualify him?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did he hit him in
I
the
also
balls?
don't know boxing terms.
DQs.
I thought he KO'd him. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
Maybe, yeah.
so this was released for Xbox, PC, PS2, and GameCube, developed by Namco Home Tech, published by Namco. It is a single-player, third-person action-adventure game with a puppy dog companion.
Mm-hmm.
Chump Slap, you picked it.
Oh, yeah.
So how about you lead us into this game? Tell us what it's all about.
Okay, it's about this dude named Jack Slate.
It's so badass, and I wanted to write down Slater every time.
Yeah. Well, it's this guy named Jack Slate and his good boy, Shadow. And he's a cop?
He is. He's a K9 unit.
Yeah, there you
cop,
go.
is what
Yeah.
they said in the Wikipedia.
Right. And he's on the beat. Well, the game begins. There's a montage of him saving a library from some thugs and shit. And he talks about what?
What was this? Like, was it part of the game?
I
know
just
it's
think-
part of the game, but it wasn't part of the narrative. It was just
No.
like a badass scene.
It was just
ahead
showing
of
you
time.
that he works and he saves libraries. I don't know. It's fucking
He
stupid.
saves libraries.
It's the library hero we needed, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So he's on the beat. He gets a call. He's like, report gunshots at a construction site. So Jack shows up with his dog, looks around. Who's he find there? His dad. His dad has been shot and he's fucking dead. So he calls it in. The other cops show up. They're like, all right, well, we'll take this case because it's too personal for you. You know how it is. This is classic cop shit.
You're gonna bring emotion into it. You're gonna start beating the shit out of suspects. We don't need that.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you know, his only enemy was Augie. And you're like, okay, you're right. I'm going to go find Augie.
Okay, my first question
Who's Augie?
is: what is that short for or slang for? Is Augustus?
I would assume so.
I guess, yeah. Augie doggy. August.
August? Yeah. I mean,
Argentum. Augilius.
You know, all those names.
Ogfred.
All right, anyway.
I can keep going.
it says it's a nickname for variations of the name August, which derives from the Latin name Augustus.
Yeah, so we were all right.
Agathy.
Augustinianian.
That's
Also
just made up.
Damn, you
Oh,
caught
that's
me.
where Augustus is where all of our Gusses come from. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, it comes from Burton Guster.
Anyway, we're
This is
talking
what
about
the
this.
people came here to hear.
We're talking about this
All right?
man's dead father, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
So he's like,
Yes,
all right, I'm
okay.
going to go find Augie, see what's going on. Who killed my dad? So you go to a strip club and You clear it out, and you run to Hildy, who was your father's assistant.
A stripper.
A stripper. And his assistant.
Sorry, you shouldn't call her that.
Why not?
She's a
Exotic dancer.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I think we can say stripper.
I
Maybe
think
not.
so. I don't know. You can say strip club, right? Exotic dance club, whatever.
She's a dancer. She's a dancer. An
She
adult
does
dancer.
dance.
Mm-hmm.
She does adult dances and is an adult. Let's be very clear on those two things.
Whatever. You clear it out. You shoot a whole bunch of people. And Hildy helps you out here. She's like, hey, I know your dad. I'll go distract people while you go kill everybody.
Yeah, so she knew your dad because she was his assistant before he died. Okay.
Right, right.
Okay.
So you
She's
shoot
a
up
friend of the family.
Shoot up the place. You get to Augie, who's a fucking terrible Christopher Walken impression.
I even wrote in my thing, bad Christopher Walken
It was
impersonation.
so bad, dude.
You know what? I'm gonna say for the tone of this video game, I loved it. I loved the fact that one of the characters, one of the voice actors, is like,
Doing a
"Yo,
bad
can yo, dude, get the new guy in the mailroom to come in and do a voice. Fuck it. Hey, can you do a walk-in?
Well, yeah, I can.
I could do a walk-in. It's perfect.
It
Come
was
in with that
so
energy
bad.
and record these lines.
Anyway, Christopher Walken.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's framed. He's like, I got framed for the murder. Oh no, you run around. Fucking whatever. He doesn't know what's going on. You chase him around. He's eventually, you find him dead, and there's a one-eyed, purple-haired man here who is framing you for the murder. He takes your gun and kills.
Kind of knocks you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he tells you, "Oh, by the way, Augie didn't kill your father." So 7 months later, after you've gone through a murder trial,
And a conviction.
a conviction, and you're sentenced for execution,
That's a lot in 7 months.
that is
super fast. This has to take place in Texas.
well, they do say it's the first accelerated execution on the books.
Oh, you're right. They did. I forgot about that line. You're right.
Which is weird because you just shot a couple people. It's not like
You shot a lot of people.
Well, yes, but I think they only got you for shooting this Augie.
Yeah.
villain.
yeah.
Or that was the frame job. You were in
But I mean,
that
this is
group.
also
That's,
the United States, I assume, so it's not like it's a big deal that a lot of people got shot.
Yeah, it's at Grant City, wherever the fuck that is.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's always a big deal when a bunch of people get shot, but
But it used to be Glitter City because they found a lot of gold in it. So it might be California, Texas, around there. Who knows? Wherever they have,
Alaska,
very well might be.
as long as there's gold there.
So you're in jail. You're ready for execution. And you're like, oh, I got to get out of here and, find out who actually killed my dad. So you get this crazy idea. You heard about a guy who knows how to rig the electric chair so instead of electrocuting you, it'll shut down power to the whole fucking grid. And you're like, all right, yeah, well, let's go get some battery acid and pour it on the contacts of the electric chair.
Yeah, I'll do it for some cigarettes.
Yeah. Do it for 25 packs of cigarettes. So you go around collecting cigarettes to get to that battery acid. And while you're running around the jail all free, like fucking jailbreak, like you can just do whatever the hell you want here.
Mm-hmm.
You also find your dog is in there too. Shadow is in a pound in the jail for some reason.
Yeah, that's where they send bad dogs.
I'm like, you know what? He's such a good boy. I'm just gonna let this slide.
Yeah.
The fact that the dog's in the same prison as you the day of your death. That's strange.
It totally makes sense.
Wouldn't he be the police property? You know what? Sorry.
Yeah, he would be.
Well, anyway, you're strapped to the chair, and the preacher, John, I think his name is, he's helping you out. He walks up to the chair, pours the acid for you, and drops you a razor blade so you can cut yourself out of the leather fucking straps.
Preacher Man Jones. Sorry, I
Jones.
just saw
Okay,
that.
all right. So, acid's poured, switch is thrown, the entire area, the whole fucking grid blacks out, and you're like, oh my god, turn back, lights back on. Lights come back on. Boom. There's an officer in the chair who's being a dick to you earlier in the game, so you don't feel bad. That he gets electrocuted. Mm-hmm. He dies in the chair. I don't understand why it worked this time, but...
Do you think he was down there like splicing wires back together that he cut?
While he was in the dark, I thought he was taken out.
Escaping in the dark and yeah, you're right. It doesn't
make any sense.
No.
So that officer's dead. Somehow works this time. Blah blah blah. So you're escaping through the sewers because you stole a map from a guy who you heard through the grapevine that somebody had a map of how to escape this jail. So you're like, okay, you follow the map, you go through the sewers, always through the sewers, drainage pipes. You know how
That's
it
how you
goes.
escape every jail.
Yeah, everybody knows. So once he pops out outside of the jail, there's a car there, turns its lights on, revs its engine, tries to run Jack down. But Shadow, it comes out of nowhere, saves your life, pushes you out of the way. Car crashes into a tree. And you're like, oh, sucks to be you, man. So you go to the crash, take the guy's car, take his fucking wallet, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I got to get new clothes. And I know a place where I can go. So you go to the apartment that they framed you. And you're like, I know this is still a crime scene.
It cannot be a crime scene.
7 months later, after everything.
After you've even been convicted. For 7 months is the believable part.
Yeah.
But you're already being executed.
Yeah.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong here, but isn't the whole reason to like tape it off and make it a police scene is because the trial isn't over because they may need to get more evidence? Isn't that the whole point of that?
Yeah, but maybe he just thinks it's going to be empty because no one's going to live there.
Who would look for him there? It's the best place to hide.
No, I'm not saying it's not the dumbest thing I've heard in a video game. I'll tell you that right now.
That's fucking for true.
But I'm just curious as to why would it still be a crime scene?
Who the hell knows?
Also, we just glossed over the fact that a car out of nowhere just tried to ram him on the escape of the jail.
Yeah, and he doesn't know why. So he takes the guy's wallet and he finds out who the guy is.
And I know we're going to talk about it in a second, but I love the reason.
It's so good.
It's so good. Go ahead.
So in this apartment, you find new clothes, you change because you can't be running around in fucking prison garb. And you're like, well, we got to go to Chinatown. We got to talk to Fat Chow for information about this Silk guy.
Great name.
Because I guess Fat Chow would have information about some random guy he didn't even know. You go down there, you fight Fat Chow. He gives you information about where Silt is. So you find Silt. And you're asking Silt questions. You're like, all right, why the fuck you running me down? He's like, well, because they told me to run down anyone who wasn't the fucking, what the hell is that guy's name? Tattoo. Yeah.
So why would that be the thing? It could have been anyone. It was a prison riot. Anyone could have found their way out that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would you give the order to be like run over anyone that isn't fucking Tattoo? Why wouldn't they just be like, hey, there might be other people coming through too? Just ignore them.
Because they're like, you're just there to pick up Tattoo.
Yeah.
Fuck your car up if you don't see Tattoo right away.
Which is fine. I understand you're just there to get Tattoo, but why do you have to murder anyone who's not Tattoo?
Yeah, why even turn on your headlights and just leave it alone?
Just sit there. Sit there.
Whatever.
I just thought that was silly.
It is really silly. So in the middle of the questioning, Silk gets shot. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? Who's this? Oh, it's an assassin.
Of course it is.
And her name is Eve Adams. And she tells Slate, oh, I could tell you who that one-eyed purple hair guy was from back in the guy who framed you. He was an assassin as well. So it's a good thing you caught me here.
Yes, that is. She's an assassin. He was an assassin. They know each other through assassin channels. Kind of like the John Wick universe.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Bullet Train or No More Heroes.
I was thinking exactly like No More Heroes. You know?
Yeah, definitely in the No More Heroes universe.
So you're like, okay, cool. Can we be friends? She's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go fight Fat Chow. So you go fight him and all his goons with Eve. And after everyone's dead, she's like, here's my card. Call me sometime. And she just bounces. So you're like,
But like,
yeah.
This was definitely, it felt like to me, she was saying, hey, let's go on a date and maybe murder people together.
Oh, yeah. She was like,
That was implied, right?
yeah, she was all about it. She's like, I like you. You're a good killer.
Well, I mean, assassins do like killing people.
They do like
Yeah, but
to
like,
kill.
do you bring your work on dates? You know what I mean? Like,
If I was a killer.
maybe it is a sexy profession.
Right?
Bleeds
See
right into
Mr.
that
and
dating
Mrs.
world.
Smith, right?
Almost as much as accountants.
Anyway, you're like, all right, well, there's only one thing I can do now. I'm going to go visit my father's grave.
Okay.
So you're out there on the 7-month anniversary, and you're like, oh, here comes Hildy. Oh, why is she here? What the fuck is she doing here at 7 months? Maybe it was his birthday or something. I don't know.
7 months later, randomly, she just happens to walk by.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a little.
Yeah, she's like, well, I don't have a job now because you kind of fucked that up at the strip club. And
Well, she kind of did it She's like, hey, I'll distract and you can go do this.
Yeah. Well, he did kill everybody who owned it, I guess.
Well, I don't have a job. My second thing is hanging out in graveyards.
She's like, yeah, well, your dad, he was digging up dirt on the mayor, for his opponent in the upcoming election, this Exner lady. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's interesting. And then you get attacked by some fucking assholes in clown masks.
I just wrote helicopter clowns.
Yeah. They happen to have a lot of police vehicles at their disposal.
Sounds like clowns, right?
Oh, snap. You got that right.
Got him.
So you call Eve to stop an assassination attempt on the one Gloria Exner, because you're like, oh, I heard about this assassination attempt.
Yeah, during the debate.
Yeah, it's going to happen during the debate, so we got to go there and stop.
So a shitload of assassins are going to go after Exner.
Actually, I think you call Eve, and then she's like, oh, yeah, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, we got to stop that because this is bigger than us. So you're like, okay.
Although it's not. You just want to find out who's trying to kill you.
Yeah. But somehow you get a hold of a chopper. The chopper is flying you around, and you're shooting people and saving Gloria's life while she can run around and defuse bombs. So you're like, okay, do that for a while. All the bombs are defused. And then Eve all of a sudden gets fucking murked by Patch, who was the one-eyed guy with the purple hair.
Yeah, did not see that coming.
Yeah.
No, just out of nowhere.
Names definitely aren't made by Suda in this one either.
No, Patch.
No, absolutely not.
Seriously?
Patch.
So you're like, oh, fuck you, man. I'm going to chase you. I'm going to fucking get you, bro. So you chase him around. He tries to escape in a limo. You end up shooting it down. Shooting it, and it explodes, flips over. Patch is dead before you can interrogate him. So you're like, fuck. Well, I'll take his pager, I guess, in case someone ever tries to get a hold of him. Even though they probably know he's dead because this will be on the news and shit.
So were people... No, people were not using pagers in 2004. Shit, maybe they were.
Yeah. Probably not everybody had a phone then.
Well, probably.
That had to be like late pager days, though,
yeah,
right?
it was near the end, yeah.
I think it would be more for shady people, like drug dealers and assassins.
They were always more for shady people. Shady
Well,
people
I'm just
and
saying.
doctors.
Yeah. But these people wouldn't want to be like, hey, I'm going to call you on a cell phone because nobody wants that.
Oh, yeah. 2004 was definitely like, holy shit, you still have a pager?
Yeah, exactly.
Those were definitely those days.
No, he's a page. Oh, you have a pager. Can I get drugs?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That too. So you kill him, blah, blah, blah. Then you find out there's a bunch of people trying to bomb Exner again. You're like, what the fuck, man? She just wants to run for mayor. What's the big deal? So you end up saving her life. And you're like, I got some questions for you, lady. You got some splaining to do. So she tells you your dad never got to give her the information he was uncovering because whoever he was uncovering information for, the mayor, had him killed. So you're like, oh, okay. Well, that's great. So you get nothing out of that, but you save her life. And then later on, you get a page on Patch's pager, and you go to a meeting, and you meet this guy named Gopher, and you kill him, or he gets killed. Oh, yeah, you fight him to the death, and you get injured during the fight, shot in the shoulder or something. And you're like, ah, shit, I got to go to Hildy's new job. She's working at a restaurant. I'm going to go there. She can patch me up. She knows how to do that shit for some reason. So you do.
Okay.
And, oh, shit. Who's this Diggs guy?
Diggs. Okay. Yeah,
He's an old
he's like
detective.
some security guy. Rafshoon Diggs shows up.
Yeah, he just shows
I
up there.
guess Hildy and Jack know him as like he's like an underground criminal.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's right.
They don't like know him, but they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's got a reputation around here. We know him.
We know your name goes around town.
Yeah.
It.
So he shows up. He knocks you both out. This is a fucking classic knockout, wake up thing. You wake up in chains, and there's another criminal mastermind here named Fahouk. Mm-hmm. He's a major crime lord, one of the biggest in the city.
Big deal.
And he's got you chained upside down, and he's interrogating you. You're not answering any questions because you're a tough guy. And they're like, okay, well, we'll just leave you hanging there for a while.
I'll let my lackey weigh on you.
Yeah.
I did think this was a pretty cool moment when your like screen comes back to, but you realize you're upside down hanging. I know it's been used in like movies and stuff, and
Yeah. But yeah, it was all right.
Last of Us did it, but it was a nice little immersion moment.
Yeah. So then you're upside down, bound, and fucking Shadow shows up out of nowhere. And you're like, Shadow, go hit the escape button. So he pushes something, you go down, you get out of the fucking chains.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, well, what's going on here? And you end up finding out that there's trucks full of gold. And you figure that's what this is all about.
That's a weird pivot. That's a weird pivot.
Yeah,
right?
it is, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you just saw a truck driver coming at you, and you're like, oh shit, and then he got in a crash, and you're like, that's a bunch of gold that spilled out.
yeah.
Yeah. And then it turned into like Die Hard with a Vengeance. He's like, there's a bunch of trucks full of gold.
Dude, awesome. That's a great movie.
It so is. And you're like, oh, that must be what this is all about. And then you end up running into Tattoo, and you're like, oh, they got prisoners working here too. So you end up beating them up, Tattoo and his gang. So Mayor Pinnacle, he's the mayor. Turns out there's a bogus subway plans he had the city pay for so he could dig up gold that they found that was left over from the original gold rush of when the town was founded. It's all under the city, so they're using this, and they're using prisoner labor to do all the digging, get the gold out.
Okay, so here's my question, which I don't quite understand. So from what I understand, it was Glitter City. It was a gold rush town. Something happened. No. Oh, that's right. It was like a technology thing. Like they didn't have the technology to get to this certain gold.
Oh, they didn't know there was
I just
more
thought they
gold?
didn't know. I think they thought the vein had dried
Yeah,
up.
I thought they figured it was over.
I thought I heard.
Or they
something
couldn't
about
dig
technology.
low enough or something. I don't know.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, at some point, like it was a real thing that there was gold under the town, and then it turned into just a legend that, oh, did you hear? There's gold under that town. And then nowadays they're like, no, seriously, there is gold. We need to dig in, get it out.
Yeah.
My question is, how did that thread get to them today with the right tools and people to do it?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm not like saying you got to answer.
Maybe
me.
they might have actually been digging for a subway and ran into some gold, and the mayor's like, well, let's fucking just do all this. You know?
That's a good point.
Yeah, who knows? They don't really go into it. Maybe they do if they play the game, but not in the movie I watched.
Either way, this whole thing's about gold now.
Yeah, now it's about gold under the city.
It was
and-
always about gold.
Yeah, true.
It was always about gold.
You got it. So you decide, I'm going back to the prison that was shut down because after I escaped, there was a fucking riot and all that jazz. So they shut down the prison to cement over the holes and so nobody can escape again, blah, blah, blah. You get there. You run into Diggs again. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to fucking kill you. Kill him. And then you run into the mayor and you're like, well, I got some shit to talk to you about, Mr. Mayor Pinnacle.
You gotta explain yourself, Mr. Mayor, because you killed my dad. Start talking.
Yeah. He's like, well, I confirm your suspicions. And I'll tell you what. Hennessy, the chief of police, is actually blackmailing everybody. And also has a hand in the gold.
He also killed your dad.
And he killed her dad.
Yeah, Chief Hennessy's really the dick in this story.
Yeah. So the mayor's like, well, instead of killing me, why don't we just...
Team up.
I'll give you a pardon if you help me take down Hennessy. So you can be free again. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah,
that's
let's deal.
win-win for you, right?
Yeah.
You kill the guy that killed your dad and you get off? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
He's like, you just got to take down Hennessy, steal his files, and make sure they don't get out. And you're like, yeah, sure. Whatever, man. So you're walking around and you see clown masks in Hennessy's office or whatever. And you're like, you put two and two together. You're like, oh, fucking clowns were cops, man. They were all Hennessy's boys the whole time.
Dirty cops. I fucking knew it.
Yep. So you get the files from Hennessy, all the evidence, and you decide, I'm going to give it to Exner instead because I don't like this mayor, and she's going to do the right thing. She's going to take them all down, and I can get out of here. I can disappear.
Right?
So you take it to her, and she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to... Oh, wait, no. You do take it to her, and Hildy is there, and Hildy kills Exner.
What?
Because Hildy's like...
Why?
Hildy's like, dude, I lost my job at the strip club. I lost my job with your dad. You fucked up my shit at the restaurant by having me sew you back together in the back room. It was very strange. And I need money.
I love it. It's like, I need to get my paper. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah. So she's like, Fahouk's paying a lot of money for this information. And you can't blame me, right? And you're like, no, really, I can't. But I will follow you to Fahouk because I know he's going to fuck you over.
Bitch.
You don't tell her
Well,
that.
he doesn't say that out loud, but
No.
he has the inner monologue in the game.
Yeah, where he's like,
So-
you know, she's a dead one.
Yep, gonna just go ahead and follow this one until it leads me to Fahook.
So he follows her car. She ends up going to an Air Force base
Sure, why wouldn't he?
because
be
that's
there?
where they're taking all the gold and flying it out of there. So Hildy hands over all the paperwork, everything.
The files.
The files, there you go, to Fahook. And Fahook's like, oh, great, good shit. Mayor Dickhead comes in and kills her. He's like, well, fuck her. We have the files now. This is all the information we need.
We got the files. We don't need any more witnesses.
Yeah.
Bam, there goes Hildy.
And Jack's
Kinda
like, no good.
tragic character.
Oh, very, yeah. She gets fucked over in this.
She just keeps getting fucked over. Then she's like, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm getting mine. I'm going with the paying job. I'm gonna start stealing and shooting people, and I'm dead now.
Yeah. And, yeah, Jack's like, seen it 1,000 times, man.
Yeah, every week. Happens every week.
So Jack gets pissed off. He's like, oh, I'm going to kill the fucking mayor. Boom. Kills the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears a plane starting up or whatever. And then you have a boss fight with Shadraka and Mishaka, who were Fahook's right hand, left hand, well, first in charge women or whatever. He was always seen with them. They were always by his side.
It's the ninja bodyguards. I guess.
Yes, there you go. Ninja bodyguards.
Yeah, them.
Perfect.
Never spoke, just badasses in the background.
Yep. So Fahook sends him this fight. Yeah, you beat them up, you kill him. And Fahook's on a plane. And you're like, okay, I'm going to escape this warehouse right as it blows up. And this plane is going to start taking off. So I'll jump on this motorcycle. And I will go as fast as I can to the plane. I will shoot this motorcycle behind me. And the explosion will propel me into the plane.
Yeah, you got a nade jump.
A nade jump. Thank
Nade.
you. Exactly. Classic nade jump.
Very just cause of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but it works for Jack.
A jump always works.
Never seen it not.
So he gets on the plane, starts killing all the goons on the plane. He gets to Fahook, and Fahook's like, well,
I'm fucked.
I just nice. I'm fucked. So he shoots the pilot, and he's like, well, fuck it. If I'm dead, you're dead. We're all dying here. And then he runs to the cargo bay where he can just jump out, and Jack's like, well, I gotta kill him before he jumps out, because if he gets out with a parachute, he's free man, and I can't have that on my conscience. So you kill him, throw him out of the fucking plane. And, well, before you throw him out, somehow in here, in this whole melee bullshit, you get the files back. And after Fahook's dead, you go back to the pilot, who's barely alive, and he's like, yo, help me fucking crash land this plane. I'll tell you what to do. You run around the plane, do some shit, blah, blah, blah. Help him crash land it. But before it crashes, you call a reporter named Kip Waterman, which you had his number. I don't know if he even comes up previously in the game. Maybe
No,
there's like,
never mentioned fucking once. I checked. Like
okay.
You're just like, oh yeah, by the way, I gave the files to Kip Waterman.
Kip
And
Waterman.
we're all like, fucking who? Like my reporter friend, because I'm a cop.
Yeah. I call this guy, and I'm like, Kip, I'm going to make a fucking crash landing.
It's like us calling Kim Bell.
Yes. Be there or be square. So you get there. Of course, Jack's the only one who survives the crash. You get the info to Kip, and you're like, dude, get this on the air as fast as you can. But the only thing I want you to do is tell everyone I died. And he's like, dude, what is it? He's like, just fucking read it. It's
Trust
a
me, bro.
bombshell.
It's the future of podcasts.
And Kip's like, all right, well, the best I can do is 10 o'clock tonight, bro.
It's such an analog time. It's like, well, if we don't hit the fucking network news show, then it doesn't matter, man. We're not going to get it
We're
out.
going to have to wait till tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and by then we'll all be dead.
Oh God, we have to wait till the 11 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So you tell Kip to do all this shit, and you're like, you do that, I'm going to go kill fucking Hennessy, bro. Because this Hennessy Dick, his name is Dick Hennessy.
Just mentioning that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so you're like, okay. You go kill Hennessy.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, you kill Hennessy eventually, and then there's just a news report where he's talking about the feds are coming on the case, and then Jack starts talking. He's like, well, with all the major crime lords dead, there's going to be a power struggle in this city, and I'm going to leave town because, people think I'm dead and I've had enough of this shithole. And then, boom, roll credits. But
What?
during the
What?
credit
What do you mean?
scene,
There's more?
yeah, Padre Jones or whatever,
Preacher Man Jones, yes.
Preacher Man Jones, the guy you helped out. When he helped you out, you told him, I'll get you back, bro. Just wait. So during the credit scene, there's a scene where the Padre gets a letter in the mail, a package that has the bar gold and the evidence that proves his innocence. And
The evidence that proves
Padres.
Preacher Man Jones was innocent.
Yes.
Which means he's still going to be in jail for years.
Yeah. With gold.
So was that a file that he stole from the dirty cop?
Who knows?
Yes. It's a file Hennessy had.
Hennessy?
Yeah.
Was it just one of Hennessy's files? Just coincidentally, he was framed. Well, and then it was done by Hennessy or someone Hennessy knows, and he has the file about it.
Yeah, you
Why
get
don't
it.
you keep records about that?
Yeah. And why is it paper files? Where do you get all these paper files?
Where do you even buy
2004.
those?
Yeah, but he didn't have that many. And why was, if he was just taking the files of the gold and all the fucking murders and shit? Oh, it could have just been a murder that they pinned on the preacher.
Well,
yeah.
no, but I see what you're saying. It's like the amount of files that Hennessy had could fill like one of those fucking like
Accordion things.
no, like one of those printer paper boxes.
Yeah,
one of those.
like a classic file box you see on like fucking movies and shit.
Sure, and you think it's strange that with all this shit going on that we just talked about that dealt with fucking Slate and his dad and all this stuff just happened to also have the evidence that proved that Jones was completely innocent.
Unless Jones might have told you
that's-
something in prison.
That's not the most unbelievable thing in this
Yeah,
story,
that's
man.
really not unbelievable. The most unbelievable thing is he didn't do another grenade jump.
I think we need to land this.
It's coming in hard.
Yeah, let's crash it like the plane in the game.
Boom. Beautiful. Done.
That's it. That's the game. We did it. We got through it. I had fun.
Oh, yeah, that's neat.
I didn't.
Let's go ahead and move into final thoughts.
Well, since Syintist had the most fun here.
I think Syintist had the most fun. Yeah, let's have Syintist go first. That sounds fun.
All right, yeah, fucking name, man.
All right, well, Dr. Syintist, did watching this video make you want to play this?
Jam.
I wanted to say gem, and I was like, nope, got to go past that. Make you want to play this banger? Did the story work for you, or do you think it was a bunch of
Coat hangers.
coat hangers? Sure. What score out of 27 stars would you give this banger?
I wouldn't play it, no.
Okay.
The story worked for me. Meh. It just seems like another Max Payne type game.
It is.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I kind of like that it was we're doing this all for gold, and there was a gold vein under the thing, and we set up this whole subway plan to mine the gold secretly.
They were just like, we're going to set up the subway plan so the taxpayers pay for our gold.
Right, like they
I'll
wouldn't
dig
even
it.
spend their own money to steal their own gold, which is probably worth way more than it costs to pull it out of the earth.
Exactly.
It was good. I like that part of it.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
The thing I didn't like is every single other person in the game died except the journalist.
Yeah, they sure did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Somehow everybody dies. It loses point. I gave it 6 stars. Get it out of my face.
Does Shadow live?
Shadow lives forever.
Okay.
I consider that
Shadow's
you.
still alive.
All right. 6, huh?
So you tell me, Poppascotch, what did you think of this story? I'm not doing. I'm not playing the game.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
Did this video make you want to play this story,
Can't you can even go with Gem?
this story gem?
Perfect.
Was the story good, or did it have a couple blem issues?
Perfect.
And out of 27 stars, how many would you give this mem?
Perfect. Do I want to play it? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe, kind of. I feel like I missed my window. I feel like if I knew this existed at that time, I would have played it, but I didn't.
Yeah,
So.
in 2004, it would have been fun to play.
Absolutely. But right now, probably not. Did the story work for me? I want to take a moment and pull back to a term we talked about last week. It's called ludonarrative dissonance.
You can't just fucking push this in everywhere.
I can do it. I can do whatever I want.
I don't even think it applies here.
I want to talk about biorecombination.
It does. Because think about this game from the perspective of anyone who isn't Jack. Jack
They're all
is a
dead. What does it
fucking
matter?
psycho. He is a bad police officer.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
He's
really
like,
is.
my dad's dead. I'm gonna go start capping everybody.
Fair enough.
This is a cop that has lost his goddamn mind.
I don't think they make any illusions that he's not that scumbaggy.
This is Michael Douglas's character in Fallen, but as a police officer, just murdering everybody.
Biorecombinated as a police officer.
Okay. Ludonarrative dissonance, as has been discussed. Anyway, so
Hopefully when we go on break, he forgets that.
the story, I felt it was a little ridiculous, but it was never really meant. It didn't take itself seriously. It just was a ridiculous, hard-boiled narrative to go around and murder people using a dog to also murder people. Also, I thought it was really fun that when the dog murdered someone, it would grab their weapon and take it back to you, and you'd get more ammo. That's fun. That's just fun.
That's pretty neat.
It's a good gameplay mechanic. So, score out of 27 stars. It was fine. It was a mafia-type story, going up the chain of command, figuring out who killed whomever. Nothing we haven't seen before. Definitely not the worst version of it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 7 stars.
All right.
Just so, it's just so hard average. You know what I mean?
It is very average.
But let's see what the man of the hour says, Sir Chump Slap.
What's up, bro?
Did watching this video make you want to play this gem?
Beautiful.
Did the story work for you, or was it a total lem?
And
Nice.
What score out of 27 stars do you think you'd give this gem? Gem it.
Phlegm.
Blemish.
Blemish.
just answer the questions.
All right, we drug this out long enough. Fucking A.
Sure did.
Did the story work for me? Oh, wait. Would I play it? No.
Okay, good.
Did the story work for me? On a basic level, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's a revenge story. It's not a noir fucking whodunit anything. Because you find out whodunit pretty fucking quickly. And you're just trying to get it back. You just want to kill people. You kill mayors. You kill the mayor and the person who's running against the mayor. This election must have been pretty fucking soon.
Yeah, right.
Like, this city's fucked.
They're not in a great place.
They got nothing. They don't have a chief of police. They don't have mayors.
No, the whole command structure is gone.
And basically your entire underground crime syndicate is
Yeah,
gone.
all the leaders
Dude,
from the
this
underground.
is chaos. You're right. Both power structures are in shambles.
He says as much at the end. He's like, "There's going to be a power
By
struggle."
the way, both those power structures in shambles with a prison riot on top of it. Because why not?
Yeah.
Let's throw that in there, too.
And the prison's just been closed down. So, oh man, wild shit going on in fucking.
Sorry, we're going to pour one out for the citizens of Grant City.
Yeah, please. But yeah, it's a wild story. It was fun. There's a dog buddy. There was bullet time, which I don't know. That annoys me sometimes.
But it was the style of the time, you know?
It was just the video I watched made it look way too easy. He had an auto
really
45, and then he just hit bullet time while in the air, killed 3 people.
That's how you play the game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because their bullets did take a lot of damage. Anyway, that's gameplay. It doesn't matter. So, in all, this game is dead average, perfectly normal. I'll have to give it an 8, just like I do every other fucking regular game.
That is your average score, like written out, quantified. But that gives us a total score of 21 for Dead to Rights.
Not terrible.
To give you an idea of where that stands with the rest of our stuff, we gave Disaster Report a 21.
No, so much better than this game.
I don't know. I'd say it's exactly the same.
Solid. You got it. We gave Banjo-Kazooie a score of 19.
Sounds
a little
about
bit
right.
lower.
Yeah.
And then if you guys remember, way back in August, we gave the Journeyman Project a 21 as well.
I do remember that one. That was interesting. All right, yeah, perfect.
Well, there you go. If we got nothing else to say, then let's go ahead and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Sir Chump. No.
I knew he was going to say it. Somehow in my head, I knew he was going to say it.
You made him say it.
Yeah, I did. It was psychically projected. I'm like, he's going to say Sir Chump Slap.
You may have some sort of power over me, sir.
I just felt the flow going that way.
Yeah, fair.
Damn it. All right. Dr. Syintist, classic 90s album, Lock of the Week.
The lock is rock and the rock is lock. Yeah, this is the 90s now.
Every week for this week and next week, we ask Dr. Syintist for a guaranteed 90s album banger, and he hasn't let us down, and he will not let us down for the rest of the year. I'm calling it already. I'm calling it early. He won't let us down.
No, he can't at this point.
This week, Dr. Syintist, what do you got for us?
We got an album released on June 4th, 1993.
I am so weak with the early 90s. Okay.
All right.
You don't have to guess right now.
No, let's hear something about it. If we get it out of the date, that's
I'm trying to get my
crazy.
brain going, you know?
All
I'm
right.
trying
The
to
album
okay.
cover is actually a collage of two different pictures, actually. One of the pictures is a couple of 1930s Southern racists mocking the press after their acquittal by an all-white jury for murder. And the other picture is a picture of a 1944 Auschwitz picture of two guard dogs.
Damn.
It is a metaphor for how hate can spread by simple conversation.
This sounds deep.
1993, you say?
Mm-hmm.
1993 with dogs.
I'm just trying to think of who you haven't picked yet.
Ah.
It is. I bet it's rock.
All right. I am gonna guess.
Bad Religion, Recipe for Hate.
Oh, got it. Oh, shit.
Damn it.
Chump Slap got it.
It's all
Now
right.
you're
I
dead
was not,
tied, according to last week
was
when you were up
not
one.
in that wheelhouse. That's
I just remembered the dogs and I was like, oh, that's it.
you haven't done a Bad Religion album yet?
No.
Nah, man.
Huh, I'll be damned.
But it is a great album.
Oh, yeah, it's a classic, dude.
Listen to it. Every song's a banger.
You better bleep out my name there.
It's always the Bad Religion album. I'm like, that album's not that great. And then I look at the tracks and I'm like, oh, shit, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
It's got
Yeah.
Recipe for Hate, Kerosene, American Jesus. Don't Pray on Me is one of my favorites. Skyscraper.
Recipe for Hate's just so
my
good.
poor-
It
for
has
me.
Kerosene and Skyscraper. I love Skyscraper. That's a great jam.
That's classic, too, yeah.
But anyway, that will then take us to Chump Slaps. Who would win in a fight? I remembered this time. Every week, we ask Chump Slap 3 who would win the fight questions, and one from the game we just talked about, one from gaming in general, and one from history and or celebrity. This week, for the game, I don't fucking know. Let's relive
Everybody's
a scenario. Everyone's dead. Let's relive a scenario. Let's say Hildy got to fight the mayor, but it was a fair fight. It wasn't a sneaky show up behind him and shoot Hildy in the back.
Yeah. Are we talking with guns or just fists or
Just
baseball
fucking
bats?
dukes. Throwing dukes and small arms. So anything under a switchblade.
There's no way the mayor wouldn't beat her ass. He's a big fucking dude.
He was pretty big.
He's just, well, he was constantly smoking a stogie, though, too. But no, he's going to fucking whoop that Hildy's ass. No problem, man.
Yeah, because I would say she would beat him, but then in the game you actually fought him, and he was huge, and he was doing that 80s video game thing of the bigger the boss, the more strong they are.
Yeah.
So I think you're right.
Yeah, I think
the mayor's got
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so then from gaming in general, I pulled this fight. It's been in the back pocket for a while. You need to think about it for a sec.
All right.
But who would win the fight between one of the Velociraptors from Dino Crisis versus a Licker from Resident Evil 2? The
Well,
Licker being that thing that crawls out on
the
the
little
floors
things.
and has the huge
Yeah.
tongue.
I think of
brain,
shit.
brain exposed.
Yeah, I think a Velociraptor would take it. Because the Licker, what's it going to do? Like wrap its tongue around the Velociraptor?
Well, I mean, the Licker can also go around walls and onto ceilings. Like it's got
Yeah, but
more
what does
transversal.
it have to fight with?
Its tongue and its talons
What a Velociraptor's got claws on its feet and hands.
and its big fucking mouth.
Yeah, I think it's definitely got it. Because the Velociraptor also had some type of skin over its brain and a skull. You know what I mean?
It didn't have an exposed brain. is
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah, exactly.
I think it's a real fair fight until you think about the exposed brain. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think that's a good call.
I think so.
There you go. Velociraptor. So this one from Celebrity. Who do you think would win in a fight between Steve Carell and Steve Colbert?
Oh, Steven.
Yep.
That was
Who do
a
you
great
got?
segment.
It was. No! Yeah!
Steve Carell being from, I think, outside of Boston, somewhere in Massachusetts.
From The Daily Show.
Nice.
And then Steve Colbert is from D.C.
The Daily Show.
I'd have to go with Steve Carell. You don't think?
Interesting.
I think Colbert's taller. I think he's got a longer reach.
I'm trying to fucking picture Carell.
But Steve Colbert is like, I think he's a flailer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Steve Carell
I think
stays
Carell
tight.
would be
and
the
then,
flailer. I think he'd be like...
I figured he'd be like a small, like, what's his name?
Yes. More protect, and wait for that opening, you know?
Yeah, wait for the big guy to wind himself, you know?
I actually don't
Hobbit
think either
fighting?
of them is much of a fighter. But
No, yeah. This is like last week's. Jesus. I just go with Carell. Fuck it. Because
Yeah.
Colbert, I don't know. He's a pussy.
Okay, there you go. Well, say someone had some other thoughts about how Steve Carell doesn't even know judo like Steve Colbert does, and they wrote a bunch of, I don't know, fucking fan fiction about the Stevens. Where would they send that to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, send it to plottytime@gmail.com, and I'd love to hear your stories about even Stevens fighting. That'd be great.
There you go. And if they want to get to us faster on the socials with more swearing, where would they do that, Dr. Syintist?
at Plottytime on Instagram and Twitter, and stop by the Reddit and join the conversations and have a picture of me winning an Uno tournament in prison.
Which happened.
It did, actually.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I felt like you left that one a little short, so I'm going to say go ahead and throw Elmo back there.
I was trying to make mine realistic.
Elmo on the shitter behind him.
You were trying to be real.
I wanted a picture of my past.
Elmo wasn't on the shitter behind you?
No.
No.
Well, it felt like he was. Anyway, you can also go ahead and go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. Really helps us out. Or go ahead to plottytime.com to chase you to our eBay storefront where you can buy shit with our names on it. It's great. Other than that, let's go ahead and close this one out. Let's just say shout out to Blaine JJ, shout out to Drago the Slago, shout out to Handman, shout out to Luis Guzman. More importantly, don't trust Dr. Syintist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.